then turn and look back toward the entrance
Okay.
to make sure we don't get like ambushed or anything.
Sort of like this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, there's candle lights everywhere. There's even a few places to sit. Um, the way everything is kind of situated in this little small room. Don't pay any attention to this right here. This is just a map screw up, but the wall kind of ends here, and this is kind of flush with the wall. Um, it almost looks like people come in here to not really worship, but they come in here just to give praise and show respect to whatever is in there.
I'm gonna turn to Vanathan. Hey, you wanna open it?
This has not worked for us yet.
Kind of sounds like what I would say if I was on the bomb disposal job. I would turn to the other guy. Hey, you want to open this?
All right,
Hmm.
well let's. I mean, we can always go try the chest.
I feel like no matter what we open, it's not going to go good, especially for the first one.
Do just do a general knowledge check in regards to the sarcophagus.
It's 8.
Okay.
Vanathan got nat 1.
Oh snap! What about Quinn?
Quinn got a 20, but not natural.
Okay, so as Thalian, you know enough of the writings and the different images on the sarcophagus to kind of make out that it is an Ancrillian origin and that the images are telling the story of some kind of female. Some of them. Thalian, you're just, in one of the images, it shows a semi-naked Ancrillian woman, and you just are in awe of that. Quinn turns around with his mind flayer eyes or illithid eyes and goes over, and for whatever reason, powers unknown, he is able to see that it is telling the story of a lost Ancrillian queen named Hanea.
Alright, is there more to the tale?
Roll a just one more knowledge check, see if he can make out anything else.
This one's just 12.
Okay. So as he's kind of like looking at the images where Thalian was looking at the semi-naked woman, that is in reference to the affair that she had with a Melatonian man, and it goes on to see that she eventually ran off with this person, but was killed by died during childbirth. And then as it shows her the little image of her body and the man crying over her, which was her lover. It shows an image of a cave, and then it shows a drop, which is the only image on the whole sarcophagus that actually has color. The drop is red. It looks like a droplet of like water or something, but it's blood. And then that's where the tale ends.
Alright, Quinn's going to communicate that with the group. Maybe that this is her grave or her tomb.
Well, I think we should leave it be.
I agree, yet curiosity is also is saying I want to open this, but nope. I think we're just gonna go on guessing.
Okay. As you guys are sitting there talking, and Quinn was relaying all that, uh, you do notice, as he was sitting there talking, both of you notice that the candles are starting to flicker, almost as if there's wind being blown into the room, but you don't feel the breeze.
Oh boy.
Thalian, you and Vanathan do a spot check.
32.
Okay.
Oh, just
Thalian?
where is?
Vanathan?
I've got my wisdom stuff written down somewhere. Oh, there it is. That'd be a 9.
Alright. So you're just Vanathan is in awe of just the imagery and this tale that Quinn is saying. Thalian, you see as the flickering of the candles kind of catches your eye. Um, you just see more and more imagery of different. It's faded though, faded inscriptions and pictures and drawings of just starting from here, going around, of different just groups of people. And it starts off being groups of people. Looks like they're building a town. But the people where this one might show like tens and twenties of people, it slowly decreases in size, but you still see the town. The town's getting bigger. Um, Less people. Town's getting bigger. Less people. Um, until eventually you get to where it shows a map, and you recognize the map to be that of the continent Shalvo. But the place to where that's actually got like markings on it or like an X or scratches, it looks like almost like claw marks, was a place where you know as Ragnar.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna show that to them. Uh, I just pointed out.
Ragnar's where the vampires were, right?
Or were. Maybe this is their origin.
So could this woman have some type of doing with vampires?
Possibly.
Hmm.
Try to do a knowledge of history.
It's 16.
That's good. Okay.
17 for Quinn and 12 for Vanathan.
All right. So between the group, you guys can piece together. Um, this is actually in some of the stuff that I sent y'all a while back of the Ancrillian lore. Hinea was an Ancrillian queen who fled and left with a Melatonian or human guy that she fell in love with. They left. She died. On her death, the guy prayed to Salakel, and Salakel came and gave his blood to this woman, and she was the first vampire. And no one's seen her since.
Mm.
Maybe this is where she rests.
Well, I'm going to cast Detect Undead.
When you cast Detect Undead, it's almost as if a fire alarm is going off in your mind because it's everywhere. You're detecting the aura like from this very room. You're detecting it outside the room, and even like when you're feeling even further away, you're getting faint vibrations from just the magical aura from the spell. Like you're just getting that all over the place. But standing in front of you, very much so.
I'm gonna say, well, there's a lot of undead in here.
Hmm. Is there any way we can get her to be on our team?
Mm, haven't had a lot of good experiences with vampires.
Looking at necromancy stuff to see what I got. Uh,
Anything good?
I don't know. There's a lot of spells, and it might take me a minute to read through all this. But let's just figure out what we want to do.
Well, you want to keep going?
Yeah, I say we keep going. All its spells. I guess we'll just have to fight her if she decides to try to kill us or something.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So, do a listen check as you guys are thinking about what you want to do.
Nat 20 for Venathan. And a 8 for Quinn.
And a 37 for Thalian.
All right. So you hear some, and we're gonna roll for initiative because they have moved into a very terrible position.
What'd you
It's
say?
Go ahead and roll for initiative because the knights have moved.
it's 19 for me, but because my detect undead is still going, can I tell if they're undead?
Uh, they are. I'm going to say that you would obviously know that they're undead, just because I don't know all the ins and outs of the spell, but they are not zombies. They're more of like wraith form, and I don't know if that would have an effect on, like, you know what I mean? Like, would that have an effect on that?
Yeah, let me pull that up right quick. Guess detect undead. Yeah, detect undead. Where are you, sucker? Uh, thoughts undead. She can detect the aura that surrounds undead creatures. The amount of information depends on how long you study a particular area. First round was presence or absence. Second round, number of undead auras in the area and the strength of the strongest. Um, Third round, the strength and location of each undead aura. Uh, if an aura is outside of your line of sight, you can then discern its direction, but not its exact location.
Okay.
And you can determine the strength by how much HD it has. Oh,
Okay. With that being said, obviously now you know that they are like wraith-like forms with this armor on. The strongest aura that you're getting is the coming from the sarcophagus. These knights, while they are reputable, they aren't nowhere near as strong as what's coming from the sarcophagus.
cool.
All right. What'd you say you got on your roll there?
19.
19. Okay. Um, what Thalian and Quinn get?
Vanathan got
I mean, yeah,
a
Vanathan and Quinn, so.
Vanathan 16, Quinn 12.
Okay. 16. Quinn 12. Okay, all of y'all go first and then the knights. So go ahead.
I'm going to turn undead.
Okay.
So let me remind myself how that works. Okay, so turning check. So the highest HD creature I can turn would be uh, 217.
Uh, so like their total hit points are 17.
Or like how many dies that they have. Like I, I guess it would be like like the highest level they are.
Hmm.
Like that's the highest I can turn, but then I have to roll again to see how much HD I can actually turn. So that was for how powerful I can turn. Now I have to roll to see how many I can turn.
Okay.
And that would be oh, so you can affect, yeah. So I have to roll 2d6. Damage. Okay, so 2d6. 7, 2 plus charisma is so 25 HD of damage, starting at the closest one to me and going out.
Okay. So I would say from that, these two and probably even this one, they all go from their swords being drawn at the ready to looking at you to putting them down, and they immediately back up against the wall and put their swords back down, and so you're left with these two here. And where you see from now that you've gotten a closer look at the knights, the armor like up under the neck where the helmet ends, and different like joints. You also see that glowing mist that you saw with the chimera and the wall that's up here. You see it fade out as soon as they hit the wall, but these two are still intact.
And I'm going to take cover behind the wall,
Okay,
like out of their line of sight.
gotcha. All right, move these out of the way so I know. Okay, and Dalian's gonna take cover behind the wall. Alright, Vanathan?
So the other three haven't moved or they have moved in?
They are out. They have moved against the wall and they have put their swords down, and the energy that's, or the wraith form that was controlling them has diminished. It's just these two back here.
Okay. I don't know because they haven't actually attacked us yet. You've already got rid of two of them.
3 of them.
3 of them, I meant. Uh, I can't use that spell. Crap.
Come on.
I'm already in Werebear, so I'll go out to one of the ones that's not been turned or hadn't done anything.
Alright, so one of these two.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just gonna go up to them? Like one of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know if I want to attack it yet or not.
Alright. I mean, you can be an adult, can talk and...
I don't know if I'm going to talk. I just kind of want to.
So as you walk up in your werebear form, you make your way over to them in your hulking brute-like self, and they are both squared off, swords drawn. These are pretty gigantic swords, even for their large figures. But the one on your right, their left, takes his sword with one hand and points it in this direction.
It's like in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's telling me to leave.
And then he takes it back from pointing and then goes back into the ready stance. What you want to do?
I want to back away from it, but I want to, be prepared for an attack.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure this out. But yeah.
Alright, so you back away just a little bit. You notice that this one lowers his guard, puts his sword down. This one still has his sword up. You're not getting any sense or from anything of the ones that Nathan took out. But the one on your right has let his sword down and he's holding it by his side. And now he takes his left hand and points towards the hallway again.
Yeah, I want to back up a little bit more, and then I don't know, I just want to observe. But then I want Quinn to kind of hide himself too.
Alright, behind the wall? Like
I
where?
want him to hide himself. I want to hide behind the tomb.
Behind the tomb? Okay.
Or yeah.
Well, this is flush against the wall. Like I said, don't pay any attention to this. This is not actually open. I forgot to take it. So just by the tomb? Or?
Yeah, on that side. That'll work. It's just kind of like, crouched down there.
Okay. Alright, so you move back just a little bit more. He's still pointing. The other one lowers his guard and he points in the same direction. Thalian, from where you and Quinn are, y'all see the candles flicker once more, almost like there's a wind. Everybody do a listen check.
It's 29.
Okay.
22 and a 20.
Okay, so everybody hears, once again, you see the effects of a gust of wind, but you don't feel it. But this time you hear a faint, like, save yourselves, and then his arm kind of moves again, both of them simultaneously, like they flicker, and they're telling you to point, pointing towards the hall. And after they get done pointing, uh, it would be Thalian. You can see. Actually, let me find them. This one goes back over here against the wall, along with this one. And after they get up against the wall, they lower their swords just like these knights, back down, and the green mist appears above this chest. The knights that can't die. And then it fades away.
I'm gonna walk out to where Vanathan is and ask him, what do you think that was about?
I don't know. I feel like they're warning us about these knights to. I feel like if we try to proceed, they're gonna attack.
Well, we have to proceed.
Quinn, do a spot check.
22.
Quinn is noticing that Thalian is going out talking to Vanathan. He's keeping his eye on these knights, but he noticed out of the corner of his eye the lid is starting to and slowly starting to slide.
I want Quinn to like get a rock and like throw it at the doorway, but like stay crouched down.
Alright, yeah, there's some loose rubble in the room. Like you throw it back behind Vanathan and Thalian, you see it like a little small pebble lands right by your feet, deducing that it's coming from that little room. And as you turn around, you kind of also hear this faint sound of the something moving, like sliding, almost like a bookshelf being slid across the floor.
What was that? Vanathan will say.
Thank you. So shortly after that, you hear something go boom, boom from that room in there.
I guess I'm gonna go and walk into the room with Vanathan.
So Vanathan quickly sees that the lid of the sarcophagus is off. You're at a weird angle to where you can't exactly see what's in there at the moment.
Yeah, I want to get him to walk in there.
Alright. Thalian, what you doing?
I'm gonna walk over down to that chest and try to open it.
Okay. So Thalian, the one where they're standing by?
Or the one right below where he's at now. The one closest.
Alright, so Vanathan's going back here. So you're walking up in there. Alright, so Thalian, you open up that chest and you don't see anything in it.
I'm gonna go to the one up in the top left-hand corner
Alright,
and pop it open.
okay. But you do notice after you don't see anything in this one, you hear a but nothing happens. Top left, this one? Or this one?
That one.
Okay. So you go over here, open it, nothing in it, and you hear something go.
And then I'm gonna like walk to the one in the middle, but like as I pass like one of the knights, I'm just gonna like, pat him on the shoulder and like open it.
You to where you don't see the aura of these anymore. You still faintly see the aura in between the armor, and as you pat him on the shoulder as you walk by, it lowers its head because these things are like about 7.5 feet tall. It looks down at you and gives you a slight nod, as you walk past, and then it goes back to stationary. You open this chest up to see that it does have some stuff in there. Um, but for such a large chest, you open it up and you see two very small pedestals inside the chest, and each one of them are sitting on a linen-like pillow. It's a very soft pillow, but each one has two rings on it. One has a red sapphire, the other one has a blue. And they, as you kind of like look at them and touch them, they have a slight magical aura about them, but you don't quite know what that is yet. Banathan, as soon as you walk into the room and you're slowly walking closer to the sarcophagus, a young female form slowly begins to rise up. She has dark hair. Her skin is dark, like a brown color, or excuse me, African American color. Her eyes are like a reddish color. She quickly looks over at you. Her skin's very clean, very youthful. She's very, very attractive. And she looks over at you, and you can clearly see the teeth. But she's not looking at you very aggressively.
Have you slept well?
I did. Another one. And then she looks over at Quinn.
He's crouched down.
What's he doing?
Well, he was hiding.
Another one of those, too. But that's not Druck.
You know Drock?
Of course. Well, I don't see any dead here. What can I do for you?
We're trying to complete the trials.
And she
You,
gets out of the sarcophagus and dusts herself off, and she's in a very, very finely crafted, like long, beautiful red dress that kind of like is way longer than her body and kind of extends off into the back portion of her body and drags on the floor. Complete the trials, you say?
yes, we're trying to defeat Drac. And is it the quick question? These are the trials that gets us a dragon, right?
Yep. Trials of Chunning.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to complete the trials so we can get a dragon and can fight against Drac and his dragon.
I see. Just like the rest. And she kind of points towards the knights. And she has walked very, very close to you at this point. She's kind of circling you. And then she's like, very large, but you're not the only lycanthrope I smell here. And she looks over at the flayer, the illithid. It's not him either.
Nope.
So she,
That would be our friend who's just outside.
so she slowly starts walking out towards the hall where the knights are, and she kind of
I
like,
guess me and Gwen are gonna follow.
and she touches the knight chest plate as she walks by, and Thalion, you quickly see that there is and the Incrillians you've seen them before. They're rather tall, mostly dark skin. She's breathtakingly beautiful. She's walking towards you, and she says, there he is.
That's him.
And then she just quickly looks around the room, and then she walks back to her little sarcophagus there. She doesn't get in it. She's just more or less just in there, kind of straightening up things, making sure the candles are all lit.
I'm gonna go walk over to Thalion and What should we do with her?
What should we do with her? What would we? Never mind. I'd say leave her be and keep going. Is that a hallway there below that? Below where I am?
Yes.
I'd say we just leave her be and continue.
Let's see. Hold on a second.
She said she knew Drac.
I do know Drac. You can hear from the other room with her amazing listen check.
And what is your opinion of him?
I don't want to say anything to offend the other one.
Oh, no, he's fine. He's on our side. He's a big boy. He can take it.
He's like 5 days old.
He really is. Terrible scum.
So, would you join us in our quest to defeat him then?
I would, as soon as I am able to get out of here.
Why can't you leave here?
A negotiation or a deal with Chunning that I owe.
And what is that?
Well, I am here as more of a safeguard. I am
Okay,
to turn someone in case of their death, so that there might finally be one or some to complete the trials. I have the ability, being the first of my kind, to turn someone even after a few moments of death.
We know all about that.
But none have ever taken my deal, and so I am here, trapped.
Hmm.
So you can proceed if you wish. Those knights out there didn't take my deal either.
And what's your deal again?
Let's say Squid Boy over here is to perish. Gonna see
Yeah?
Quinn go, After one of the tough battles that is ahead, you can bring him back here. I will turn him, and he will be brought back. I am required to do that once, and I am free.
Why has it been so hard? Has none of the others opted for that?
You will find others that will give you alternatives, and they always take those, but you cannot combine them.
Hmm. Interesting.
So can Quinn, like, is Vanathan thoughts, like, if he thinks of something, can Quinn, like, tell what he's thinking?
You're starting to find that out more and more as the longer that close proximity that you guys are, that y'all are starting to share a very similar bond to where the thoughts are very the same, because you'll be thinking of something um, like even back when Vanathan was focused on the nudie imagery that was on the sarcophagus. Quinn would look over and you guys kind of made like some gestures with your eyes. But it's very slight, not as pronounced, but it's there.
Oh, okay, because Vanathan's thinking of a terrible idea right now. And I didn't know if Quinn was just, like, also understanding the idea of Vanathan's having. Which that idea would be just killing Quinn and then just taking the deal. But now since she said there are other deals, I'm going to keep that to myself.
All right.
So do many people make it past this point or make it past the next few points?
Oh, of course. They have made it past. None have
Okay.
completed.
Where do most people die?
Down below.
Oh, you narrowed that one down.
I'm not able to tell what's ahead. Part of my deal with Chunning.
Very well. We have to see what we can do.
If
I'm kind of nod and start to walk.
if you change your mind, I shall remain here.
You might be seeing this again. No promises, but you might.
And then she takes another whiff as she's about to climb in the sarcophagus just to chill, and she takes a sniff, and then she turns around. I smell him on one of you.
Who?
Or maybe her. Hmm. Perhaps after I turn one of you, I will tell you.
Well, thanks. And I guess Benefit's gonna walk out.
Thanks for nothing. Alright. Vanathan is walking out.
I guess Quinn's gonna follow.
Quinn's always like, hey, hey, wait up, wait up, wait up.
And I'll follow.
Alright. Same order? Like marching order?
Sure.
Alright. You get about right yonder. Thalian, do a reflex save.
That is a 13.
Oh, snap. So you get about here. And then those sounds that you heard earlier go. Hold on a second. Alright, it's not so bad. Let's see. That's just 13 points of damage. It's more or less because you were in a really nice stride, so you kind of walk through the flames, and so you just it's very brief. Send some of your hairs. You don't get caught on fire. It's just that quick point of damage, and right after you release off that particular tile, it just goes off. So Thalian and Drak, you guys just be weary. Let's do a couple of jump checks just to be safe. Don't fail him. You just saw him do it.
Oh boy.
All right, tell me which one.
Uh, this is gonna be bad all the way around. Let's see. Quinn is gonna have a good old 5,
Oh boy.
and Vanathan's gonna have a 9.
All right, let's see. Just do one big roll for this. Woof. So both of them take 17 points of this fire damage as you guys trying to jump. You both are kind of synced up and do it at the same time, and you kind of blunder and flumber over each other, and you fall down. Get singed. You get up really, really fast. Thalian turns around and just kind of looks at you like, "What are you doing?" Like really. As you come around the corner, you're noticing that the architecture goes from being dwarvish and elven to all in Krillian. Uh, Nate, you would know this probably more than anybody being from your other world with fall deer. You see it goes down. There's tables and chairs. This stuff does not look dusty and old at all. But at the end of this hall, that looks like it's well kept, you see another Encrylion and something that you've never seen before standing by the door.
Oh,
Uh, this is a very, very much older Encrylions from what y'all know of them. The oldest of the bloodline always have wings, and the other thing you have no idea, but they are not lunging or attacking you. Looks like they are guardians of the door.
So is this the Guardian stage, or is this the?
it should be the eye that sees all.
All right, what do you want to do?
I want to walk up to him.
All right. So you walk up, uh, and the female Encrylion, even though the picture is not, but she looks very much same skin tone as Hanea up there. The other figure is in the picture. He's levitating, but he's not doing this. He's stationary. Looks very monstrous, but also at the same time has the same posture, height, wing shape as the Encrylions. Uh, Female has a sword, spear, just like in the picture for the other creature. The Encrylion raises up her hand. She says, "Stop."
Hi, how you doing?
And then she kind of looks back at the other creature. The creature looks at her, and then they both close their eyes at the same time. And she says, "Yes, I will." Thalian,
Yes.
I was instructed to tell you the warning, just like I have for the past 1,000 years. You and your party have the opportunity. The barrier will be put down. You may turn around. This will be your last chance.
I'm gonna turn to Vanathan and Quinn and say, uh, y'all can go back if you want. I cannot.
Nah, we're all in this together.
Quinn.
You have two people now.
Yeah, whatever he says.
Alright.
Oh, there you have it.
And the creature smiles. I told you he wouldn't do it. And then she just kind of gives him a grimace. Oh,
I'm sorry, you didn't lose a bet or anything just now, did you?
no, he always likes to do that. He loves to see all of them fall and turn into them. And she kind of points back to the direction of the knights.
Ah,
Hey, look, we've already died several times. This isn't our first rodeo.
And you kind of hear him grunt. You'll die many times here.
You'll die many times here.
great comeback.
You kind of turn around after you say that and look at Quinn. Quinn's like, gives you a thumbs up. Like, good one. Like,
I hope these Krillians have a sense of humor.
where'd you get that shirt from? A toilet store?
The toilet store?
And then the Encrylion lowers her sword. She puts her hand on her chest, and you see her wings kind of bow down. She says, I am Lucia. I'm Lavo.
And what is your purpose here?
To offer you a chance at succeeding. A choice. Now that you have committed, we will give you a chance to succeed.
How so?
And then they both at the same time pull out from their pouches that are strapped on their sides. They each have a vial. Hers is blue and his is red. You must choose one.
Can we choose none?
You may.
And what does that result in?
If you take mine, you can die as many times as you want, until you are none. And Lucia says, if you take mine, you can die once, and come back just as strong.
What if we take both?
You cannot. You will die. And I laugh.
Hey, since you're handing out red and blue things, can you tell me what these do? And I'm like pull out the rings.
So you see, he kind of walks over. My rings. And he flies over. Yes, gifts to the adventurers. And he points. The red. And he takes the red and he puts it on, and you see his skin turn to stone, like stone flesh. And he takes it off and it disappears. And he hands it back to you. And the blue. It's the ring of the fallen. And then Lucia says, it will summon the knights, that of the fallen Chunning, and they will come to your aid once a day.
Sweet.
Knights of the Fallen is a summon ring, like I said, once a day, does 10d6 plus 15 damage.
Hold on. Let me write this down. Ring 1. Alright, so what are we calling the blue ring?
The blue ring, the summon ring,
Yeah.
ring of the fallen. Oh, and Lucia speaks up, and every time, this is very important, every time you use it, you must say, I call upon the valor to turn the tide.
I call on the valor to turn the tide.
Alright. And then they both fly back over by the doorway.
See, and that does how much damage you say? 10d?
10d6 plus 15.
D6 plus 15. Alright, and the other ring was just a ring of stone flesh?
Yeah, and it has 10 charges on it. And it gives you, when you put it on, I'm going to say it lasts for 1d6 rounds, and it gives you a plus 5 to your AC. Might be something worth giving to Squid Boy. He's almost naked.
Yeah, that's true. I'll turn it over to him.
Which vial will you choose?
I'm gonna pass. Thanks.
I implore you to reconsider.
I want Vanathan to approach. What's her name?
Lucia?
What's her name? I forgot. Is it Lucia?
The one with the wing, and Krillian?
Yeah,
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 Lucia.
Lucia. I want Venathan to approach her.
All right. And
And he's going to ask, so are you bound to this place like the others here?
I am.
That's disappointing, because I know this really great guy that'd like to take you out of here. As I point back at Quinn.
Do a diplomacy, and boy, it better be high.
Good thing Vanathan's diplomacy is a little higher. It's a 21.
Okay. You kind of see her like taking a deep breath, and she breathes out of her nose like, which vial will you take?
Uh, I'm gonna just kind of slowly back away, and then rejoin the group back there and ask. I, I want to like huddle up with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and so should we just all skip on the vials? Because I don't think they're gonna be helpful to us at all, especially because we're only allowed to accept one of these offerings out of the entire trials. And I feel like there could be more beneficial ones.
Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. Larvo laughs. There are no more.
Well, me personally, the sound of a werewolf vampire sounds pretty awesome. Just saying.
That's only after your death.
But if we take your potion, then we can't die, so therefore we could not take that offer, the other vampire offer.
Very true. You cannot die. Take mine. And then Lucia speaks up. Do not take his. You will lose some of your power with each death. Take mine.
See, I just want to point out that all of this is under the assumption that we're actually going to die in the first place.
Mm.
And then
Amen.
Lucia and Larvo both extend their right hands. And right here they do almost like this energy stream comes out of each hand, and they project a person. And the first image is of a very tall, very well built Encrillion. This is Jardal. And then Lucia speaks up. He was just as cocky as you. Wanted to take the deal with Enea. Came in with his companion. He died from the fight with the Guardian. His companion fled. Now he's in there. And she points to the room. And then the next image, and you see a very slender Sinlin wood elf. Very, very familiar features. Slick back hair. Um, this is Till. He died from the eye. And another image shows up, and it's another Encrillian woman. This is Jade. She fell and died from the heat. And then another one shows up, and it's a human man. Veldok died from the wings. And the last image they show is a human female. And Lucia says she died from the drake. And then you hear as you look back, you can see in the hallway, just over here, all the knights have lined up here, and they're all looking at you. And then they look back down.
The Fallen.
They thought the same. So basically, to sum it up, if you take the Larvos potion, you have unlimited deaths. But each time you die, you lose a level. So you lose HP as permanent. You lose HP, you lose 4 points on a skill point, and every 4 times you die, if that happens, you would lose an ability point. If you take Lucia's potion, you can come back once, not lose any level, but you can only come back once, and then the next time you die, you're dead.
Did any of them take your potions?
Yes, Jardal, Till, and Kreia took mine. Jade and Verdok took mine.
But they can't
Doesn't
die.
Until you reach none.
Ah, okay.
doesn't look like it helped them out very much.
More opportunity.
To get to the same place. I gotta tell you, I'm good. Yeah.
Very well. Proceed.
Dig the wings though.
I like your hair. Kinda singed back there.
Well, red hair and all. I'm gonna walk past into the hallway.
Alright, so you walk past, and you go, you see from your perspectives, Vanathan and, almost called you Drock there for a second. Uh, Quinn, you kind of see that where he's walking into, it looks like almost complete darkness, but from Nate, from your perspective, you can see that it's dark at first, but you're starting to go down steps. You're starting to submerge more and more into the good old dungeon. What about you two? I implore you to reconsider. There are far...
Do we actually have,
Hmm?
do we actually have to, just by taking the vial, does that mean we get that ability, or do we actually have to drink what's in the vial?
No, you have to drink it.
Hmm. Can I take the vial without any penalties? I asked them.
I will give you mine, and so will I. And they extend out their hand. But there's only one of each.
Nah, this seems shady. I'm just gonna walk on. Vanathan's just gonna walk on, follow Thalion, and then Quinn's gonna follow Vanathan, but Quinn's gonna stop and give a wink to the Acrylian lady as he walks away.
Alright, do a diplomacy. Or charisma. No, just do a charisma check. Which I think is just the same
Oh,
thing.
that would almost guaranteed I failed. Oh, no, I did. Well, yeah, I pretty much failed it. I got a 10.
Alright. So you give him a wink and she just goes... She grasps her vial, sticks it back in her pouch. Um, Fool.
You're a fool. As Vanathan just keeps walking.
Alright. So you guys catch up with Thalion, who is walking down the steps. I believe, yes. So you guys have been in the dungeon kind of walking through. It's a lot more vast than this little map is making it out to be, because y'all walked down for quite a while and now you're walking out even further. Um, Crap, the sword's name, what is it? Silverlight? What? Silverfire? What was it again?
Yes, Silverfire.
Alright, so you're kind of using that more for light again. You're still not having that much trouble seeing because now that you've kind of passed that dark spot, more light is coming, and the further you go down the steps, the more and more light that you're starting to see. Um, and you've been walking down the steps for probably about a half an hour now, and y'all have been in the dungeon probably for a few hours. Like with everything that's going on, all the going down the steps, the elevation, the exploring, the talking, the chatting, yada yada yada. So with that, you're noticing that the heat that is coming from the dungeon itself is getting very very hot. It's probably, if I had to relate, it's like cutting grass in the middle of freaking July out in good old Mississippi weather. It's probably about 105 degrees, 110 and rising. Um, so here in just a bit, I might say I just rolled. Y'all probably will take just 4 points of damage just from the heat exhaustion alone. And whenever I say, not yet, but I will say that eventually, just because from being in it so long. So good any time that y'all can think of to stop and try to think of some kind of way to drink water or cool off might be a good idea. Because as you get down to the next level, you can start to even hear it and feel it as you guys are walking along as to why it's getting so hot.
I'm glad we got Tiberius to pack us those bags before we came down here.
Alright, so I'm guessing let me actually move TJ and Jess from that. And so you guys eventually make it down into the next level of the good old dungeon. And let's do some spot checks.
Got a 32.
Okay.
17 and a 14.
17, 14. Okay. So you guys around this area, see as you kind of make it on down here, like I said, the heat is getting a little immense. But up in the ceiling, like in the rafters, you can see some things that are looking a little crazy. Like these giant cloakers that are sitting up there, and they are got their tails wrapped around some, like I said, some raptors that are up there that are supporting some underground of the roof, and they quickly make eye contact, and we're gonna go right into it. So let's go ahead and roll for another initiative, just because it's awesome.
Nick, would I have time, like coming down in the heat to cast like some spells?
Oh yeah, yeah, you had a lot of time.
I was gonna cast Endure Elements on Venathan
Okay,
and Hell's Power on me, which gives me a +4 to AC, DR5, and immunity to fire.
oh nice, that's awesome.
And I got a 16 on my initiative.
Okay,
I want Vanathan to cast Endure Elements on Quinn, because I also know that spell.
cool. All right,
So we don't feel the effects of it, even though it can still hurt us.
that's all right. Um, so what did you get on your initiative roll?
Uh, I had a 26 for Vanathan and a 19 for Quinn.
26 for Van. Okay, so Vanathan is going first. So like I said, these things were hanging on by their tails up in the rafters. They have seen all of you, and they're kind of flapping, and they're kind of screeching and flapping. So you go first.
I do go first.
Yes, Vanathan goes first.
They're up on the rafter.
Well, now they're just flying. They've released their tail and they're just kind of gliding up in the air.
Oh well. Vanathan really doesn't have anything he can.
The distance from the ground and them is, I would say, maybe 10, 15 feet. I mean, and I'm pretty sure you're still in werebear form. So, I mean, you can do a jump check and an attack to see if you can kind of pounce on them
Yeah,
in a
that's what I
way.
was gonna do. I want to go and like try to. I don't know, do like when a dog runs and tries to catch a frisbee in the air,
Mm,
but I'm a bear trying to jump up and catch one of these.
okay. Alright. Do jump, then attack.
All right, jump is a 30,
Yeah. Yeah, you jump really good. Big old werebear.
and then attack is a also a 30.
Okay. Yep, you hit it.
Yeah, let's get that damage going. Damage is 20
Oh,
for the
nice.
bite.
Okay.
All right, I'm assuming I jumped up, caught it, like bit into it, and then took it to the ground.
Yeah, with the weight from these things is not very much, and with a big giant werebear, we'll say, I guess this one, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you brought it all the way to the ground. It comes crashing down. And I would say just from the bite alone and just the weight crashing down, you hear the thing screech as you bite it in the air, and just the force of your bear form bringing it down, you hear it go as you hit the ground, and then the wings go limp.
Uh, I want to like take my claw and like stab it in it to make sure it's dead.
Yeah, you don't hear anything, but you hear the other ones screeching and go. Yeah.
Well, since I get 3 attacks, can I jump up try to catch another one?
Sure, go ahead, knock your socks off. So you're like,
Yes.
okay, alright.
The jump is a 20, no, 34, no, 32.
Okay.
All right, attack is gonna be a 25.
Oh, yep.
So damage is gonna be 17.
Okay. This one, same thing. It comes crashing down, but right before you, I mean, you bite it in the air, comes crashing down, but it manages to slip out right before it fully hits the ground. But it does take a substantial amount of damage and is bleeding everywhere and looks very, very weak. Alrighty. And with that, um, so as he slips out, he's going to attempt to do a grapple.
So that would that be opposing or
No. He slipped out of from where you had just pounced on him. As he's coming to the
yeah?
ground, he slipped out. So this is just one of his attacks for a 25.
Let's see, what's my AC? Yeah, it does not hit in
Okay.
werebear form.
All right. And the other one is going to, after you kind of slip out of that and push it off, the other one's going to come down and try to slip and do the same thing with his gigantic wings around a big freaking werebear for a, nope, it doesn't do it either. Um, so that'd be, I think, Thalian and then Quinn, I believe.
Uh, I want to delay.
All right. Okay. And Quinn?
I want Quinn to walk in the room and then attempt to mind blast since it's a cone
Okay.
to mind blast both of them so let them fall to the ground.
Alright, so will save. Nope. And oh no, I don't think a three's gonna do anything. Okay, so both of them come falling down. This one takes a few more points of damage. It looks weaker. This one's still okay, but yeah, both of them are on the ground.
All right, let's see how long they're stunned for. They're stunned for 5 rounds,
All right.
and that'll be all. Well, Quinn gets another move. So yeah, I want Quinn to walk up to him and just attack him with his tentacles. Like the one that I've already bit,
Okay.
I want him to go that and just like attack it with his tentacles.
All right.
So that's a 19.
I would say with him in his weakened state, right after a mind blast, yeah, I will say that does hit. Yes.
For 4 points of damage.
That's damage. Okay. Okay. And
And I will go now.
okay.
Charge and attack. Uh, the one that has already been dealt a bunch of damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
For 30 to hit.
Yep.
30 points of damage.
Yeah, how you want to do it?
I'm just going to cleave them in half.
Okay. Gone. Obliterated.
And then I want to cleave the other one with power attack.
Okay.
With a it's a 27
Oh, yeah.
or 27 points of damage.
Oh, yeah. So you just went up there and just clean him straight down the middle, and like it's just a half, kind of came down on it like a Rick James slap. All right, initiative over. Okay. All right. So after that, oh, that was the wrong screen. Hold on a second. Okay, with that, you see what the hell? That there are two, I mean, well, three bodies of cloakers laying there, but along with that, there are two ways to go. Um, you can, you still, from this point, I mean, obviously, y'all can see that there is lava on the map, but at this point, you don't clearly see it from the character's point of view. Um, you do feel the heat. You can kind of hear it, kind of the bubbling and the gurgling and all that kind of stuff going on. The stonework and everything around you, the architecture wise, looks very, very well built, very well kept. It looks very solid, more so than it did in the area above. Um, you hear some big things moving around, like some like here and there, but you can't see anything from your point of view. What you gonna do?
What do you think, guys?
Uh, I don't know. I did want to do something. I wanted to cut off a piece of the wing of one of those.
Okay. I mean, you can. They haven't faded away or anything.
Yeah, I just want to cut that off and put it in my bag.
All right, they're very big. And do you have a bag?
Hmm.
You turn into a werebearer quite a bit. I know the armor can stretch and change now, but I don't know about a bag. I haven't heard of any bags.
Didn't think that part through.
Cross that bridge when we get there.
I really don't want to carry it around, so nah. I'll cut it up and then realize that was probably a dumb idea and just leave it alone.
Okay. All right.
I
Oh.
want to walk over and like peep over the edge.
Well, okay, this part here, this grayed out, this is actually like, this is a wall. Like, this is a wall.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is where you can walk. Um, so this is like a wall, all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't explain that very good. All right.
Left or right?
Do we have a coin?
Sure. And I'll pull out a gold coin.
Heads we go left, tails we go right.
Well, technically, my head is on both sides.
Well, is there a difference between the two sides?
One is regular Thalian head, and the other one is werewolf Thalian head.
All right, regular head go left, werewolf go right.
Okay. Lit.
DM, how does it land?
Oh, I thought you were going to actually flip a coin. I was like, oh, I kind of
Uh,
want to see.
Oh, I didn't do
no,
that.
that's
We'll just say
All
that the
right.
werewolf head is tails.
that would be heads then.
So which one was heads?
Go left.
All right, so that would be y'all's characters left. So that would be this way, yes?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So from here, let me get my stuff situated. Nate, you go around the corner to see that it goes into a slight uh, pinch of a hallway to where you're starting to get a lot of heat, mainly due to this lava. Do a listen and spot check.
The listen is a 39. The spot is a 33.
Alright, so from here you can see that as you look down the hallway here, you can see that there's a lot of torches lit up along this way. Looks very lit up and bright. You can't really see what's beyond the corner. From here you see, actually no, you actually would be able to see all this. Sorry, I'm getting lost because of the wall and stuff. So you see over here, over all that lava on the other side, there's a gigantic piles and piles of gold. Uh, Over here, you see a behemoth of a being, and it's just marching back and forth on this platform, and you kind of see it to where it's just like dipping its hand in the lava, just unaffected by it, but almost like it's playing in a pool. Hasn't spotted you guys yet, or so you don't think. It'll actually make look up and look over in your direction as it kind of like snaps its little pincers and stuff around, and it's just, but it's not charging at you. It's almost like it's saying, like you better not come.
I'm gonna duck back around the corner
Okay.
by Vanathan and say, let's see what's down that other hallway.
You just go around the corner and be like,
Oh,
Vanathan, you and Quinn go that way. I'll go the other way. Okay. So does everybody
oh.
in agreement?
Okay, yeah, I'll trust him.
Alright, so Dalian, you go down this way, very, very tight hallway. As you get to about here, you do see a substantial amount of lava again. You can see that ahead of you are two platforms with a little bridge in between. You can see a pedestal over in this corner that is showing something. Can't quite
I
make out
want,
what it is.
I want to walk down there to it.
Alright. Which direction and are Vanathan and Quinn going?
Oh, we were following Thalian.
Okay. Alright. So you're going this way. Which direction y'all want to go? Like this way or that way?
We don't see any difference between the two.
Not from here, no. This looks like an empty platform. There's a few like other bodies here, but there's also a few bodies over here, like skeletons, like very very old, like they've been there for a long time. You see the one pedestal over here with something shiny on top.
I'm gonna go to the right.
So
Turn around that way.
this side.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight.
All right. So you go around here and you go here. Venison and Quinn's going straight.
Yes.
Okay. So you go here and you go here. Thalian, once you get to that side of the platform, you can see uh, a very shiny crown is sitting on the pedestal. It's sitting on a very nice red pillow. It looks very, very shiny and bright. Vanathan, you and Quinn roll for initiative.
Oh yes. That'd be an 8 and a 10.
Okay.
10 for Quinn and 8 for Vanathan.
Okay, so Thalian, we're going to add you to the last of the initiative because the crown's going to take up. Are you actually going to go pick it up or are you just going to look at it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, put it on.
Okay. The
I'm the king after all.
the crown, which I thought I had a picture of the crown, but I must have accidentally deleted that layer. But it's just gold and it has like a green, like crystal light looking thing in the center. It does also have a magical aura on it, but once again, you don't have any idea what that does just yet. Um, Manathan, you're in bad juju, you and Quinn, because this uh, creepy looking monster emerges from the ground itself. It seems to almost Terminator 2 melt up from the ground, and with all of its eyes everywhere, you see the middle eye um, look at you. It blinks a couple of times, and all the other eyes are now glaring at you. Um, it is going to do something that's going to piss you off immensely. The middle eye blinks. One of the tentacles looks over and it's going to cast Disintegrate on Quinn.
Huh.
That sounds exactly like it sounds. Let's see, give me a second. Uh, Math. Oof. Mm, three. Okay, for 49 points of damage, this bright green light just comes shooting out and like just zaps the hell out of Quinn. And you see him go, ah! And it just covers him and quickly stops. And another eye goes over to Vanathan. Oh, it doesn't go over to Vanathan, but it will do inflict moderate wounds. Give me a second. I gotta find my dice. And you are close enough to where you actually will get an attack because this is too magical. things. I'll allow that. So that would be, oh, that's the wrong dice. I almost screwed you. For 13 points of damage on Vanathan. So you get basically 2 attacks because that was 2 spells. It's like,
Vanathan does.
uh, you know, I will say both because yeah, the it was 2 spells and you guys are really close. Thalian, you heard the disintegrate spell and Quinn yell really really loud, and you turn around to see a really really big beholder just wreaking havoc.
Mm.
All right. Well, Quinn goes first. So I get 2 rounds of attacks, or do I get one full round of attacks and then just an additional attack?
Let's do the one full round and then the additional attack.
Okay. So Vanathan will get 4, and then Quinn will get 3.
Hmm.
Okay, that works. All right. Quinn's first. So he is going to do a mind blast. So they get their save.
For a 30, so I highly doubt it.
Wait, you rolled a 30?
No, and then like a will, it's a will save, isn't it?
Yeah, of a
No, I
20.
didn't roll yeah, I didn't roll a 30, but like everything added to it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that didn't work.
Yes, I rolled a 30.
I didn't know if it had like. I didn't know if your bonuses like was
Yeah,
all your bonuses.
beholders are bad news bears.
Yeah. They're actually like on the top 10 list as like the most fearsome creatures of D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Great.
We got, we got ourselves in a situation.
Quinn,
Should have went with the other guy.
yeah, Quinn and Bannaton are looking back at forth each other. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
This is bad.
All right. So mind blast failed. What else we got?
Uh, I really don't know. This is because Quinn doesn't really have a lot of options. Besides, I guess he's about to run up there and try to latch on. Yeah, so I guess for his next move, he's going to run up and try to latch on with all 4 tentacles.
All right, and I guess do a jump and do an attack.
Not bad. Jump's gonna be a 18.
Okay, so you jumped up really good. What's your attack?
The attack's gonna be to latch on with the. Well, I thought we were doing opposing grapple checks.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, you did your jump, so where'd you get on your attack?
Well, yeah, the grapple would be. Where did I have this written down at? Oh, over there. A 24.
All right. So with that, 25. Okay, so I got a 26. So you jumped up there. I'll do a balance check.
A 19.
Okay, so you are up there, but you're currently like entangled, or well, not entangled, but you're struggling to get a good balance because of the all of the eye tentacles that's floating around. So you haven't fully grappled, but you're kind of up there on it. All right, what's Vanathan gonna do?
Vanathan, I guess he's in Werebear. He's gonna try to jump up and bite.
Okay.
the yeah, go up there and try to jump up and bite.
Leroy.
Uh, jump was a 24, no, a 34,
Okay.
and then the attack was a 24.
Okay. So the jump, very well done. But this is what's really going to piss you off, is that the AC for a beholder is also very high. And the bite just misses as you try to lunge and you're trying to attack one of the eye tentacles because it's moving around and also struggling with Clint at the same time. Barely misses the bite as you snap. So you say you landed maybe here as you jumped. Very beautiful jump though. Did you get other attacks?
Well, this sucks. Oh, I'm researching spells, trying to figure out if any of these will do anything.
Meanwhile, Alien's over there like, I think I look good in this crown.
This is what's gonna suck. I want to cast Life Drain.
Okay.
Says you attempt to drain the life out of the creature within range.
Alright.
The target must make a concentration saving throw at the start of each turn, taking 4d6 damage for a failed save and half damage for a successful save.
Okay, so is the concentration DC for you the same as their AC, or does it give a number, or is that just DM discretion?
It just says the target must make a concentration save.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, let's do your concentration to see if you do it.
Nat 20.
Okay, yeah, you definitely do it. Alright, so I'm not even going to make him do a save on that for a nat 20. So what was the spell that, what was the damage for the spell?
4d6.
Okay.
Alright, let me get some 6 here. There we go. Come on, come on.
Big money!
Not bad. 13 points of damage.
Very nice. Alright, and that's each round, it's additional, right?
Yeah. Once you've it says if the target successfully saves 3 times against the spell ends.
Okay. Alright. So with that, Thalion, do you want to do anything?
Uh, I'm gonna put the crown on.
Okay, you do see it light up just a tad. Like I said, from the green crystal that's therein, you see a little bit of it kind of shine around your head for just a second, but you don't see any immediate effects and you don't feel anything.
All right, so then I guess I will run over there and charge and attack uh, the floating eye 8 ball.
Alright. Oh, this is me world. Okay.
So just charge and attack with a 34 to hit.
34 does hit.
For 25 points of damage.
Alright. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. And oh, beholder. Oh, beholder. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, okay. Okay. So you see that the big slash that Thalion just did, it scraped just below the eye or the big main eye on the middle, and like it kind of slashed off a few of the scales. You heard it kind of screech, and it blinks. But it will get all in a pissy move. I'm trying to read up on some of these spells here. Hmm. Alright. So, one of the tentacles that's flailing around and fighting Quinn looks at Quinn directly in his eyes, turns red, and would like Quinn to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude is strength. That would be a 24.
Okay. So Quinn, with the knowledge of just the mind of being a Vanathan, knows that from the aura that's emanating from this eye, from being around Afrin so much, you get a very, very strong sense of necromantic, like crazy dark magic, like very, very powerful magic, and you get the feeling that this is something that only Valak has been telling about. That this is the finger of death. You manage to look away quickly enough, but you take. Hold on a second. 30 points more of damage just from the pain of just what's coming off of the thing. You hear the beholder screech because it knows that it didn't finish. It will cast. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to get you. I try to study up on these spells, but this one has a lot. He's going to do Disintegrate and you get a chance to reflex. Actually, no, this is also Fortitude save, Nate. To do another Fortitude.
Uh, that finger of death would have been enough to kill Quinn.
Okay, so Quinn goes falling off the back.
And am I making the fortitude save?
Yeah, because he's doing the Disintegrate. You see another one of the eyes beam down a green light.
That's a 36.
Okay, yeah, you're not taking. Okay, 1 second. 5, 15. 1 second. So 11, 31. All right, so it'll be only 22 points. And on the last move, he's going to take his center eye, and it was at that moment closed shut. He's going to open his center eye and just look in both of y'all's direction as you see Quinn in the back just fall down. And Vanathan.
All right. Uh,
Hey, would we get a tax of opportunity on
Sorry,
that?
yes. That was a couple spells, yeah. So opportunity, yeah, and then y'all's moves.
all right, let's get this opportunity over with then. I guess I'd have to jump back up there to attack again, wouldn't I?
No, I mean they're big, but they kind of hover on the ground. I mean, like yeah, off the ground. So I mean, Thalian, I didn't make him do it. You don't have to jump.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna attack. That'd be a 33 for attack.
Yes, that hits.
And 34 for me.
Yes,
And then I did 18 points of damage.
very good. Okay,
I did 35 points of damage.
very nice. Okay, Thalian, you get your full attack now.
Right. Full attack.
I mean, well,
Crit,
you can
crit.
go either way. Either way, it doesn't matter. I think it was Vanesson's turn.
Oh, am I gonna go, or does it mean
You can
does
go
it
ahead and
matter?
start rolling. I mean, that way we
Okay,
can
I'll
speed
start
up the
rolling then.
fight.
And I got a nat 20 on my attack roll.
Ooh, snap. Okay.
Do another one.
Almost. That was a nat 17. So 39 to hit.
Yep, yep.
For 72 points of damage.
Ooh, Lord. Okay.
Take that.
All right. He's starting to grimace. It looks weak. A lot of the scale flesh that he has is starting to get chipped off. His eye is still very much focused, but he is very, very well. We'll say he's weakened, but he's still floating there. His eyes, his tentacle eyes, are still going crazy.
And my second attack
Okay.
is a 27 to hit.
Yes. Barely touched it, but you got him.
For 28 points of damage.
Okay.
Third is a crit fail on the bite.
All right.
And my last attack with the sword would be a 28 to hit.
That does hit.
For for 29 points of damage and 5 extra points of fire damage. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
immune to fire or not. So
Okay. So okay. All right. Venison.
All right, I'm gonna the spell again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
life drain.
All right. So do you have to do the concentration again, or is it just
Yeah, I've got to do the concentration again.
okay?
I think
oh,
so. It says
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, it says duration. It says duration up to a minute.
Oh, so you don't have to do it again.
No,
Okay. All
it
right.
just
So
lasts.
and it
It
was
lasts a minute or 3 successful saves.
all right, and it was what did you roll damage, or what was it? Was it 12 or 13? Something like that.
Oh well, you still get a. I mean, I get to roll that again, but you get a chance to get for half.
Okay. 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 All right.
And Hick, because I rolled a crit on my bite, he's wounded and takes 1 point of damage each round.
All right. All right. Okay. Just keep reminding me of that too, cause so I won't forget.
Right.
All right. So do you need to roll for the spell, Noah, or no? Or do I have to roll for half, right?
Yeah, you roll for half.
Okay, no, he does not. So what is the full damage?
15.
15. Okay.
All right, and then my attacks already rolled them. The bite was a 24.
Uh, 24 barely misses. Like you
Oh, well, the
felt the
rest of them are
grace.
lower than
Okay.
the rest of them are lower than that. So
All right. So with that, the main eye closes, and then you see a bunch of hell about to break loose. Vanathan, um, you see the one of the tentacles start to flapping around, and you see that it looks directly at you, and it's about to cast. So that would be a Fortitude save for you as well.
okay. Oh boy. Whew. That would be a 17.
Alien, you see the red eye of the beholder look at Thalion, and you see his body go limp, and he falls down and turns back into Vanathan form. Uh, just falls limp. He's down.
Who is Vanathan?
Vanathan. It
Okay.
now looks at you, and it uses. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry. Here he is. Inflict. Wait a second. Okay, inflict moderate wounds. You get a will save for half, and once again, these are attack opportunity. And go ahead and do your will save.
All right, my will save is 35.
Okay, 20. All right, so you take 14 points of damage, and the last move is the center eye opens, and is now your turn. So attack opportunity and your attack. And the point. Okay, for the wound, how much damage is that again? From the bite?
Just 1 point.
Okay, because it's the bleeding damage. Okay.
And that's a 30 to hit on the attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah.
For 36 points of damage.
Oh yeah. All right. So what is it? A back scratch or a bite or what is it?
Bite.
All right. So it lets out a loud screech. A lot of scales go flying. 36 damage. It's still up. Keep on going.
All right. And do I get two attacks per opportunity since he cast two spells, or just the one?
We haven't been doing it the whole time, so we'll just keep it just as kind of
Okay.
like a one thing.
All right. So I'm gonna on my turn. I'm gonna do a full out attack
All right.
with a 31 to hit with the first.
Yep. That's it.
For 36 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Second attack is a 24 to hit.
Just barely misses.
The third attack is a miss. And the last attack is a 29 to hit.
29 hits.
For 30 points of regular damage and 2 points of fire damage.
How you want to do it?
I want to stab him directly in the eye
Hmm.
and put my foot like on the side of his head and like kick off as I draw out the blade and kick him into the lava.
Oh, nice. So you see him, blood spews out everywhere, squirts all over you. You kick him out to the lava. You see him just burn up and just turn into just nothing. But the green mist slowly floats up, and it kind of floats over right above your hand, like a little small orb.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and grab it.
And as you reach out your hand, you open it up, and another diamond falls in. And then after you hold the diamond along the ground on the edge, you see the eye that always see, and then it falls away. So out of initiative, I was about to say if you fail, like I thought you were gonna fail on that last little attack there. I was like, oh man, he doesn't have barely anything left. I was like, well, he's gonna get a whole nother round of attacks. Both Quinn and Venathan are laying there dead next to you. Uh,
Dead, dead, or just unconscious?
Dead.
Right?
Dead. Because Finger of Death, that ain't no nothing to mess around with. This is a wall, so this thing over here doesn't see what just happened. It probably heard it, and you still hear some like that kind of stuff. Um, so what you want to do?
Hmm. I want to cast Wood Woes, which creates a little like wood, like gnome type thing, like goblin, whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
wood, like tree creature
Okay.
thing. And I'm gonna get him to help me carry uh, Quinn and Benethan back up to uh, the room with the vampire lady.
All right. So you cast, and from out of the stonework, you see roots shoot up, and then they form into this little gnome-like, almost like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. And he
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
walks up there, and he has like a beard that's made out of leaves. What do you want, sir?
Help me carry this one, and I'm gonna point towards Quinn and follow me. And I'm gonna like pick up Venethan.
Ah, okay, just another day at work. And you kind of see him, he kind of goes over there and kind of amazed is just how easily he picks him up and he's actually like walking in front of you. Come on! Alright, so they're walking. And you got Vanathan.
Yeah,
Alright, so you walk back and up the long, long steps. Go all the way back. And you see,
and did Noah leave? I saw it said he popped up that he left.
oh, he did? What the hell?
It's like I got two freaking characters and they both died.
I told you to take the vials. Hold on, let me see. I didn't even know he left.
Yeah, I saw it pop across the bottom of each screen.
Let's see. He said he was having internet trouble earlier.
Mm.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, I just realized what time it is.
Oh crap!
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he finally got back on. There it is. It keeps telling me though that my connection's bad for some reason. I don't.
I'm I'm not having a problem.
Like, yeah,
I can hearing you, Rita.
well, it said he was online. We'll see. Still ringing. Yeah, he said he had to go up to his dad's office because the internet at his wherever he's staying right now is not very good. Call failed. It definitely is saying that he's online though right now, which a minute ago it said he was offline, so I'm guessing he's having some internet issues. I'll try calling him again. Come on. Oh, damn it. Answer my text.
I gotta go let the dog out.
Alright. Hello? No, are you there? Damn it.
Is he back yet?
No, he sent me a message and he's saying try calling again, but I think it's something's wrong with his internet. Because it's saying over here on Skype that he's online. It just keeps popping up. Maybe, is he on your friend list now? Can you try calling him again? Maybe it'll
Yeah,
let
let me
you.
try. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, it's saying that him and David's on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Uh,
Yeah, it's saying that Noah and David are both on.
mine's saying that David is away, but mine says that Noah's online.
Hmm.
What the crap, Noah? And now it's just saying call failed every time I hit call.
Yeah, it's not letting me do anything either.
Hmm. Crap. Now let me send him a text again. I'm telling him to try restarting or something. I was about to get to a stopping point. Oh, Nate Dogg.
Oh, there's someone. Sounds like.
Noah,
Hey,
what happened?
Hey,
my computer died and I left my charger at home, so I had to install Skype and stuff on my dad's office computer.
Nice. I was wondering because uh, Nate had done summoned a creature to help carry the bodies, and then he's like, I think Noah got knocked offline. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Alright, so catching back up, Thalian had summoned a little tree gnome-like being who has taken Quinn's body, and they have walked all the way back up the long, long steps downward. But they have walked back up, and they're in this room, and they had just passed Larvo and Lucia.
and like as I pass on, I'm just gonna like look at him like, shut up, and keep walking.
Well, at least you're alright. Alright, so you walk all the way around the corner to, I guess you're going straight to the vampire, Hanea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you go in there, and she's in there, and she's like looking at her fingernails. Hello, Thalian.
Hello.
What can I do for you? And then she sees a little gnome-like being. Oh, another one. What might I call this one?
Woes.
He just drops Quinn. And he just looks back up to you. Really? No.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. All right. Here you are. And then she's like, "Oh, you've brought me two, but I'm only required to do one."
Only required doesn't mean that's all you can do. But if not, you know how to go with the blue one.
Hmm. And so she goes over to Vanaton. She's like, very well. She bends down and she takes her wrist and puts it in her mouth, bites it, and then puts his head up on it and leans it back, and the blood just drizzles down into his mouth, and you slowly start to see his fingers twitch, and she just lets him fall to the ground, and then you start seeing him like convulsing almost like a seizure until eventually it stops, and then you see his eyes open up, and they are from where they were before. I don't know if Noah's ever said what color his eye color is. I'm pretty sure he has, but now they're like a blood red color, and he has fangs now. And he opened his eyes, and she brushes off her hands, and she says, "Well, I think I'm done here." And she begins to walk out of the room.
Don't think he could help the other one.
And she turns around and says, "No, but I will tell you." And she said, "I almost forgot. I smelled him and her on you earlier, and I promised I would tell. I'll leave you with that. Salakel, and his mistress, Elwyn, is it?
Yes.
Be ever watchful of that one. And she grins real big, and then she turns into just a bat and just flies off in a very douchey vampire way and flies on out. So Venathan, you are brought back to life once more in your werebear vampire form. Your werebear vampire necromancer form.
This is getting very confusing.
Yep. Um, Quinn, on the other hand, not so lucky.
Can I attempt to turn him?
Yeah, she was being a douche.
You can attempt.
Well, I want to attempt.
So after going over and trying doing the stuff that Thalian just described to you as what she did, results come back as a unsuccessful.
Can I animate the dead?
Interesting.
I'm not sure how that works exactly, but
It's a spell.
It is a spell. Like, you can't fully bring Quinn back to life, but he'll probably come back as more like a zombie form. Because I
Yeah.
don't think you're a high enough level necromancer, because that's a really high level spell.
oh no, it's just like I can just do the basic. Like I can only do it once a day.
hmm
Like there's like the lesser form, regular form, and then the greater form. And I'm sure I'm on like the lesser form.
Yeah, because you're still, I don't even know what level, I think, what are you, like a level 5 necromancer or 6, something like
Level
that?
6, yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to bring him fully back, but he would come back as a zombie form.
Yeah, that'll work.
Alright. So you cast a spell, your green necromantic aura goes around him, his eyes turn like this weird, like solid white color, you see him twitch and move around, and you slowly see him, like slowly get up, and like he's just stumbling around all over the place, like Weekend at Bernie style.
Well, let's get back to it.
I hate this as I just continue to follow behind him.
Are you good? Are you good to go? Would he be back at full life, or how does that work?
With Quinn being a zombie, I'm gonna say whatever Vanathan's full health is, we'll probably half it, because I mean, that's being very nice because he is just a zombie.
Yeah. Oh, what about Venathan?
Vanathan would probably be brought back to just being alive and being able to walk, so he needs some serious healing.
Only I don't have a wand of inflict like wounds,
hmm
which is what he was doing. Like I guess I could always cast the spells, but that would be a let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
thought
could
you had some spells. Well, if Vanathan would have stopped Melvo way before that, he would still have his paladin spells. Didn't you have some healing spells with the paladin?
Yeah, but I couldn't use them on myself because they're healing and not
Mm,
inflicting.
that's true.
see. Number 4 would be see cleric. 4th level cleric spells. Let's see.
That's one thing that Marco was talking about. He was either thinking about coming back with his sorcerer character, or he was thinking about actually. He's like, what would the group need? And I was like, they really need a good cleric.
Venathan, you'll heal 36 points of damage.
All right. So
And
I'm at
then
7.
yeah, let me see if there's something else I can do. Uh,
You can go try to bring back the beholder. He can inflict moderate wounds.
yeah, that's true. Just that one. And heal another 36 points of damage. I will do it twice with inflict. I'll say inflict severe wounds. I think is what it was.
Oh, that's awesome. So you just got back, like, what is that? 72?
Yeah, it should be 72 points.
Oh, then yeah, I'm definitely healed up.
All right, cool.
Alright, so
Oh,
with
back to the grind.
zombie Quinn and fully healed vampire multi-superclass Vanathan and Thalion. So you guys are here. Now we can either stop here or we can go if y'all want to. I don't care.
I gotta be stopping. I gotta be
Okay.
hiking up to
Alright.
church.
In like 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll stop there. So, yeah, that was fun. Alright, and Vanathan still has those vials.
Yeah, I might take them up on the vial offer this time.
Well, you can't do it now.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause you can only take one. Wait, can each character only take one, or the group can only take one?
No, each character can only take one.
Hmm.
But Quinn's dead. Missed.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna go with the one that brings me back at regular.
Good. Good lord. Quinn's dead. Get over it. He just pushed his dad's computer off. What, you talking about Lucia's vial?
Yeah, you can only die once and you come back.
Yeah.
I take it.
That's a good deal. Yeah. Go all the way back down further in the depths.
Yep.